Good afternoon. That press conference just wrapping up inside of the last few minutes. Superintendent Larry Snelling did most of the talking, weighing in on those protests last night that at times were very tense.
It's time to get a handle on anyone who wants to wreak havoc on the city, people who are committing violent acts throughout the city. It is time to bring Chicago back to where we know it can be.
Now, we were there last night. We watched as things escalated and became more heated during the evening. We now know from Snelling that between 55 and 60 people were arrested. Some of those people spent several hours overnight in custody while supporters were there to cheer for them as they were released this morning. Now, they will likely face a number of different charges, including disorderly conduct and battery to a police officer. Snelling telling us today about half of the people arrested are not from Chicago. Things started on Madison because that's where Accenture Tower sits. Inside that building is the Israeli Consulate. The crowd was calling for the DNC to be shut down and for an end to US aid to Israel. Everything largely peaceful to start out, but as the evening wore on, riot police were brought in and the crowd was dispersed northward, including those gathered for a pro-Israel rally at the intersection of Canal and Madison. Now, several rows of officers kept the two groups at opposite ends of the block. As we understand it, neither of these protests were permitted. Nearby Ogilvy Transportation and Union Station locked up some of their doors as well as a precaution. Those who were there did tell us they felt the police response, the sheer number of officers there, was unwarranted, that cops far outnumbered protesters, and we did ask the superintendent about that as well.
As a Jewish person as well, I think it's just unconscionable. Everything that's been done in the name of my people and in the name of our country and with my tax dollars. And so I showed up to show my support because I think it's a really important cause.
So if you're not moving, if you're not complying with our orders at that time, you may be breaking the law yourselves. So we need you to cooperate with us so that we can help you. We help each other in this way.
Now, we also learned this morning that a couple of officers and a couple of protesters suffered some minor injuries during those clashes. The National Lawyers Guild releasing a statement about injuries over the last few days at protests, saying in part assurances that the city would respect people's First Amendment rights during the convention rings hollow next to this brazenly aggressive approach to free expression. The Israeli consulate also sharing a statement last night saying that the violence that was seen last night is contradictory to the spirit of the DNC. Now, I think Snelling was actually talking in that soundbite about the journalists who are gathering at these protests. He asked them to cooperate with the officers on scene, as there were 3 journalists arrested last night as well. When it comes to the protesters who were arrested, some of those will be in court today. We'll keep you updated on that as the day progresses. We're live at the OEMC. Rona Tumulty, WGN News.